He had amazingly huge hands and long fingers, unusual even for the pianist. Heine once said about his playing, "Today he gave one of the most brilliant battles. It seemed as the keys were bleeding profusely." The name of the great pianist of Hungary was Franz Liszt. He was born in 1811 in the Hungarian borough, Reding. His father was the manager of the sheep shed at the local prince and had no opportunity to display his musical talent. But, having noticed his son's abilities, he determined to provide for him musical education by all means. At the age of 7, little Putzi, as his relatives named Franz, played the piano freely, read music easily, and showed remarkable skills at improvising. At the age of 8, he began to play to the Hungarian elite audience in their interiors. Using the money received from patrons of art, father took Franz to Vienna, the center of the musical life of Europe. Franz Liszt studied at Beethoven's favorite pupil, Carl Czerny, the author of Piano Etudes. At one of the concerts, Beethoven went up on the stage and kissed the 12-year-old virtuoso as though he blessed him. The same year, Franz Liszt went to Paris to enter the conservatory, but its charter did not admit foreigners for study. Neither the entreaties of the father nor the tears of the boy could help there. His dream of studying at the conservatory lay shattered. But the glory of the infant phenomenon opened the doors of aristocratic salons before Franz Liszt, and the concert in the Italian Opera House became a triumphant one for Franz Liszt. Orchestral players listened to the solo party of the boy with such delight that they failed to start playing in time. Franz Liszt got the glory of New Mozart after that success. But innumerable performances in France, England, and Switzerland led to nervous overstrain. Sea travel was a real shock. In Boulogne, his father caught a cold and died. The 16-year-old pianist was burdened with the weight of caring for his family. Besides concerts, he had to give private lessons of music. At that time, Franz Liszt became known as a performer and composer. The technical difficulties were so numerous in compositions of the Hungarian composer that they were almost insuperable to other musicians. Franz Liszt adopted a masterly manner of performance and heat of play of the great violinist Niccolò Paganini and poetry of the Polish composer Chopin. Honoré de Balzac laconically compared the manner of play of two musicians, Franz Liszt and Chopin. He said, "The Hungarian is a demon, and the Pole is an angel." 22-year-old Franz Liszt got acquainted with Countess Marie Daguet. The beautiful and educated woman was named Diana of the Parisian salons. 28-year-old Marie, mother of 3 children, abdicated her family and her social status for Franz, and in 1835 went to Switzerland together with Liszt. Their union existed for 9 years. She presented Liszt with 2 daughters and a son. Marie encouraged the composer's gift of Franz, whereas others regarded him only as the masterly pianist. Within the 2-year period of the creative solitude, Franz Liszt created more than he had during the preceding years. 10-year tour across Europe brought world popularity to the musician. For the first time, the piano arrangements of the most complicated orchestral compositions began to sound under his fingers, including symphonies of Beethoven, who Liszt idolized. But the role of the wandering musician became onerous for Franz Liszt. Besides, the mature genius grew tired with Marie's tutelage. In Kiev, Franz Liszt got acquainted with 28-year-old Princess Caroline Wittgenstein, who became his mistress and muse. 1847 was the critical year in the life of Franz Liszt. At the zenith of glory, the 36-year-old virtuoso gave up the career of the pianist and became the chief conductor of the court theater in Weimar, the city where Bach, Goethe, and Schiller created their great works. Franz Liszt arranged symphony concerts of compositions by Beethoven, Schubert, and Glinka. He composed fantasies on themes of national songs and dances. Hungarian rhapsodies are the most popular of them. He created a new genre of orchestral music, i.e., a symphonic poem. The Weimar period is the most fruitful in a semi-centennial way of the composer romantic. In 1861, Franz Liszt went to Rome for his wedding with Caroline. After numerous requests, Pope agreed to her divorce with the first husband, but before wedding, the decision was cancelled. Caroline, being inclined to mysticism, decided that she would not be happy. During the long years, she did not leave the apartment, and having closed windows tightly, studied theology by candlelight. And even the widowed Caroline refused to become the wife of Franz Liszt. Franz Liszt got tired with disappointments. His depression was strengthened with the death of his daughter and son. In 1865, Franz Liszt became the abbé. Nevertheless, he still continued to compose a lot and to teach in Rome, Weimar, and Budapest. The composer did not live to see his 75th birthday. He passed away with only 3 months. As astronomers assert, the night when Franz Liszt was born, a comet flashed above Hungary. Similarly to that comet, the masterly pianist, the conductor and composer Franz Liszt became the bright and original phenomenon in a history of European art.